Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Chris Charles. If you're watching this video, you must have clicked on the link for HVAC sales training. Let me get a couple things out of the way. This is my first video. I'm not an editor by any means. I'm going to cap cut this. You're going to see a bunch of mess ups. I don't play background music. I'm just going to tell you the truth, and it's going to be in your face. If you're watching this, you might be brand new trying to figure out how to overcome objections on the HVAC side, or you might even been in the business for a while. I can tell you this much right now. A lot of guys that might be watching this have been working for other companies or started at a company where they gave you a process training and they told you, well, if you do this, this, and this at the very end, here's what should happen. You should sell it. They give you a bunch of numbers that you got to hit, but do they give you proper objection handling training? No, they don't. Matter of fact, I'm going to be showing you a quick video snip here, here in about a couple minutes. And of that video snip is a guy that is closing at a table, and he's got a white shirt on, and the close is so ridiculously crazy, it never happens. I don't know about you, but I've been in situations where I've sat at a dumpster or a trash can at someone's house, right at the trash can, trying to do numbers because they wouldn't let me in the house. I went to the door and the first thing the customer said to me is, listen, I ain't buying nothing from you. There's been so many circumstances and so many things that happen during the process nobody ever trains about. Zero. Everyone talks about how great this process is and how easy it is. And if you do this and pull up to the house and do this and park in the street and then you do, and everything just falls into place. Bull crap. That's not the way it happens. And you know it, guys, too. And watch this. Some of these guys on YouTube that are selling $3 and $4 and $5 million, you and I both know that you're getting the best leads in the whole store. How do we know you're getting the best leads? It's simple, because you complain when you get bad leads. What are you talking about? You complain to a group of people doing $1 million a year or $1.5 million that these leads suck. These leads suck because why? You actually have to do work? There's no way you're doing $4, $3, $4, $5 million without getting good leads. And yes, leads do matter. What I'm going to tell you is how to get those leads that aren't so good, and how to start overcoming objections, and how you can make money now. Not 3 weeks from now, not follow this process and get there. If I get enough views on this, of course, I'm going to go back and go through the process and how to set it up, how to ask the right questions, how to get your service ticket up. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to be in your face. I'm going to get to the point, and I'm going to show you how to make money. Now, right now, I'm going to show this video of how some of the trainers are sitting out there training. And let me tell you, there's another video of this guy on Facebook, and he's sitting there smoking a $300 cigar, maybe even more, sitting there in his shirt, telling everybody how to do the process. I challenge any of you right now, if any of you want to go and call me up or hit me up or DM me or whatever it's called, and you want to go over objections and you want to come down and go into a house with me, I want to see you guys close a deal. I'll tell you right now, I've got a trailer in the back of my truck right now. Not only do I close, not only am I a sales manager, but I also help the installs. I also help the techs. How can anyone that's never done this before, right? Or they've done sales before, they've never been a tech, don't know what a capacitor is, don't know what a microfarad is, don't know what they should vacuum after an install, have no idea how that stuff is, but they're telling us how to sell in a real world scenario. Guys, it's all fairy tales and pixie dust, dude. Because I guarantee when those people get in front of a customer and the customer says, no, I'm not doing it, here's the objection, I guarantee they'll be like, well, wait a second, I did step A and step B and step C, but I didn't get D. That didn't sell. Well, so we got to understand a couple things real quick, guys. When you're sitting here, the only way to get better, and how I did it over the years, I started in the car business, then I went into timeshare, and then I got into HVAC, is you got to practice, okay? So I'm going to be giving you real life tips, but you got to practice them a little bit. And the very first one I want to come up with is what? There's 5 major, oh, hold on a second, hold on, I forgot to insert the video. I'm going to insert the video right now of this guy doing closing. This is what they're training the new salespeople are. Or the new salespeople as. Now, if you're an owner of a company and you happen to be watching this, what the heck are you doing not giving your salespeople proper ways to overcome objections? You're just not doing it. You're falling into these traps of these so-called prophets or these guys that are super salesperson. They've never even worked on a unit before, half of them. I'm not saying that they're all bad. I'm saying that they're not being real life scenarios. They've never been in a house at 94 degrees in the summer, and the baby's crying, the kids are crying, the wife is bitching at the husband, the dog is sitting in the corner and won't even get up, and normally it's a pit bull that come up and attack you. He's so hot they're sitting there, and you don't have time to sit there and explain stuff to people. That's what a lot of these guys don't understand. Oh wait, what about this one? You've started your first call at 8 o'clock. During the day, you're on your 6th call right now. Your 3rd and 4th call, you drove an hour down the road to go to their house, an hour in traffic, and guess what? Nobody showed. The customer didn't show. You call your dispatch people who's sitting in air condition, right, back at the office. Hey, did you guys even call and check to make sure the appointment's going to be home? Yeah, oh no, we forgot to do that. I guess we'll do that next time. Bull, that's ridiculous. What about those people that have been working all day? It's 9 o'clock at night. They've been in the sun all day. You think we're going to have the same exact attitude as to be all hunky-dory going into a house? Fairy tales, pixie dust, rainbows, Skittles flying down? No, guys. We don't take reality into the situation. So we got to make sure we work around the reality. And that's what we need to do, is make sure we work around the reality. And that's the most important part. Okay, so give me 1 second here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you this video of what they're training. Notice the white shirt that the guy's wearing. Notice the guy overcame, I don't want to say his name, but he overcame an objection, and the customer said, okay, that's fine. Yeah, let me call the competitors for you since you don't want to. How many times have you called competitors to tell competitors not? It's so ridiculous. It's not realistic. I'm going to be realistic. So hold on right now, and we're going to go ahead and show that video, and then I'll come right back. Hold on.
Have left for you both is very simple. Will you trust me with the project?
Yeah, I think we trust you.
Yeah, I think we trust you, Wally. You know, I mentioned earlier we've already seen a couple of guys, but one just dropped off a price, and one was by phone. We've got 2 guys scheduled this weekend, so why don't you just let us take a few minutes to meet with those guys this weekend, and then we'll give you a call on Tuesday and get this thing put together.
Okay, awesome, awesome. The first thing I want to share with you is that if you decided you didn't want to see those other companies, if you were very comfortable with my company, that I would be more than happy to call those guys for you and to cancel those appointments, right? They love me over there, trust me, right? Because I don't want to put you in an awkward situation. If you don't really feel like you need to see them, but you don't want the awkward of having to cancel, I'm happy to take care of that. But here's the other thing. Earlier we were talking about Sarah Parker and Rick Ryder, and we talked about how we refunded their money and really stood up and took care of our homeowners the way that really a company should. I had asked you if you had to choose between 5 companies, 5 bids, and who knows what they're going to say, or that one company that would treat you the way we treated Sarah Parker, that you would want the company that would treat you like Sarah Parker. Do you think that's changed over the time that we've been together?
No, I don't think that's changed for either of us. I think we do want the company, that would take care of Sarah Parker.
Awesome. With your permission, I'd like to call those other companies, and I can cancel those appointments, and we'll just get the paperwork done right now.
What do you think?
I do love the company, and this is the system I want.
All right.
Do you want to do it?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Okay, guys. Okay. So you saw it. You saw him sitting there in the clothes at the table. Air conditions going. It's working perfectly fine. The husband and wife are just so nice and neat, and everything is yes. How many times has that happened to you? Okay, I can tell you this much. Do you want to try to sit them at a table? Absolutely you do. How many times do you have, can sit them at a table? A lot of times you can't even sit them there. A lot of times we're fighting that the husband and wife aren't available because the dispatch don't ask them a simple question of is all of the decision makers going to be there? So there's a lot of situations that happen that I'm going to be real about. Now, of course you want to sit them at the table if you possibly can, but not all the time that's going to happen. Where is the training? Where is the word tracks? How do we handle people that won't sit at a table? But that never comes into effect. So there's a lot of things that's going on that I'm going to be teaching you. If you do and you practice, it will help you tremendously. Let's talk about the 5 major objections. And I'm doing this by the cuff, by the way. So we have, I got to think about it. I'm getting more quotes. I need to talk to my husband, my wife, my better half, doesn't matter. The price is too high. That's a good one. I'm just looking. Let's just say I'm just looking. There's 5, maybe you can go to 7, but there's only so many major objections. The neat part about what I'm going to teach you, and honestly the art of the whole thing, is if you practice enough, you can take the different closes and the different ways to overcome objections and intertwine them with other ways. It's super simple once you learn the whole process and learn the loop. Now, I didn't invent most of the stuff. I kind of took the stuff from one person, borrowed the stuff from another person, put my little tweak on it, put some salt, put some pepper, and I just changed it around a little bit. You know, sales has been sales for a long time, but nobody can train sales if they really haven't spent any time in sales. And I'm not talking about because you're dating the manager or the dispatcher, the head dispatcher is your sister and you're getting all the good leads. I'm talking about in the dirt, hot outside, in an attic looking at ductwork at 130 degrees, coming down sweating like I am right now. That's what I'm talking about, real overcoming objections. So to start you guys off, what I'm going to do on this first objection is I'm going to pick one. Let's pick price. Now, let's say the price is too high. Let's pick that one. The customer's told you that the price is too high. I am not getting into all the questions and the process you get there. I'm going to pretend in this scenario, because we're talking real objections at the end, this scenario that you've given the customer a price of $10,000. Now, should you give the customer one price? No, you should give them more than, best, better, good, whatever your company wants you to do. Some companies are saying give them 5 or 7. That's ridiculous. That just confuses the customer. But I'm just saying you got him landed on 1. You haven't even talked payments because he said he was going to give you a check. Other people are going to say, well, you should still offer payments and you shouldn't sell on price. I'm not saying any of that, and you're going to understand why in a second. So I'm just using price. You're down to the nitty-gritty. You're down to the end. You show them the price and it's $10,000. Super simple. You must be selling a 1 ton with today's prices. Some of these companies that are asking 17, 22 grand for a 2 ton, it's kind of crazy. It's hard, but that's okay. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not talking about that either. So when the customer gives you objection of $10,000, here's what happens. As a sales manager, I'm the sales manager, and I'm also playing a couple different hats. So I'm sitting at my desk as a sales manager. The rep is sitting at the house with the customer. The rep sits down to the customer and says, hey, the price is $10,000. The customer says, hey, it's too high. The untrained rep says, oh, it's too high. Well, I mean, this is good equipment. What were you thinking is not too high? And the guy says, I don't know. I think $10,000 is too high. And the rep goes, well, what if I could do it for like $9,000? Would $9,000 be okay? And the guy looks at the sales rep and says, yeah, $9,000 is a good price. And the sales rep goes, okay, hold on 1 second. Runs out to the car, gets on the phone. Hey, boss. Yeah, I'm the boss. Hey, boss, listen. I just found out that the customer here that I'm with, he loves the system. Everything about the system he loves. I've been with him for about 2 hours, and he says that he'll do it for $9,000. Me, the manager, said, oh, are you sure? That's the end of the day. Don't forget, I've had people call me all day. He'll do it right now for $9 grand. Listen, go get him, cowboy. Go do it for $9 grand. So the tech runs, or the cover advisor runs back into the house. Hey, sir, hi, congratulations. I can get you that price of $9,000. Let's go ahead and do this. And the customer looks and says, okay, well, hold on a second there, Skippy. I still need to talk to my wife. And the salesman's like, well, I thought you said that the $9,000 was a good price. Absolutely, it's a good price. But I still need to talk to my wife. I can't make a decision like that quick for $9,000. What happened in that scenario? Let me tell you what happened in that scenario. The salespeople or the salesperson did not get the true objection out. I don't care what it is or what the objection is. It can be the price is too high. It could be, I don't like the color of your shirt. Your logo stinks. Your car stinks. You smell like cigarettes, which you shouldn't. Your shoes are dirty. You didn't wear shoe covers when you walked in my house. I don't care what the objection is. Whatever the objection is, all you have to say is this. Hey, that price is too high. $10,000 is way too much money. Oh, really? Okay, well, other than the price, is there anything standing in the way of us doing business? Now, guys, I'm not going to get into the whole price thing where when I price something, let's say the book price is $10,000, you go to $12,500, and you say you should have already asked them ahead of time. Do you have any, before you even begin pricing, do you have any discounts? Are you military? Are you senior citizen? Do you have a purple hair? Do you Do you wear Nike tennis shoes? Listen, guys, it doesn't matter what the discount is. If a customer ever asks you to your face, do you offer this X discount? If you ever say no, you're crazy. So I don't care what the customer says. If the customer says, hey, do you offer graying hair and a bald spot discount? And if you say, well, sir, we don't offer that, you're crazy. Say, sir, absolutely we do. Actually, that's one of our best discounts that we have. I'll make sure that I include that in your pricing. Do you offer I drive a John Deere discount? Absolutely. Actually, that's one of our better discounts right now. You get the most discount for that, I'll make sure it's included inside of our pricing. Whatever they say the discount is, you absolutely got to agree. Or if someone says to you, hey, do you guys sell Carrier? And let's say you're a Lennox dealer. Absolutely, sir, we sell Carrier. I'll be more than happy to get you the price. Not only will I get you the price, I'll get you, if you want to make small payments, I'll get you the payments. If you want no interest rate, if you guarantees and warranties, I'll get you everything to make sure at the end of the presentation, you have enough information to make that choice. I'm not getting into any of that. We'll train on that later. I'm training on the point of right now, what you say. So when the customer says to you, $10,000 is too high of a price. Sir, other than the price, is there anything in the way of us staying in business? Well, no, Chris, it's actually just the price. Okay, so just to do a quick recap, what I hear you saying is you like the product, you like the guarantees and warranties, you're the decision maker, you're ready to do everything. If we can get the price right today, then we'll go ahead and move on with the project. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, Chris, that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, because when you say the price is high, I was kind of in shock because I had already given you that discount we talked about. You know, remember the price started at $12.5 and went down to $10? We've already given you that. Not only that, I included, and then you do a loop. And I'll show you what the loop is at another tape. But then you do the loop and you loop back around and you try again and you come in for the close. But at least you know you got the close down. So watch this. Okay, so the price $10,000. Hey Chris, that price of $10,000 is way too much money. It's really high. Okay, I completely understand what you're saying, even though I gave you that discount. But besides that, let me ask you this. Besides the price, is there anything standing in the way of us doing business? No, I want a good price. Okay, so what you're saying is if I got that price right for you right now, if we can get to where we meet together, then we'll go ahead and continue with the install. Well, no, I mean, I still need to talk to my wife. Oh, okay. So you need to talk to your wife and the price. So besides you talking to your wife and the price, would there be any other reason why you wouldn't want to do business? No, it's those two. Okay, so just to clarify, you like the guarantees and warranties, you like the equipment, you like da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's just, you need to talk to your wife and you need to make sure that the price is right. Yes, that's it. So those are the two major objections. Those are the two objections you have to work on that you know. Now, of course, when I teach you the wife one, which is, I'll tell you real quick, it's super simple. I always like to tell a customer, hey, sir, I completely understand what you say about the wife. I wouldn't make a decision without my wife either, but I can guarantee you one thing. I can guarantee you if your wife comes through that door right now and she says, and you go up to her and say, honey, this AC guy came and he stinks. He wasn't good. His prices was way too high. I don't think he can do the install right. His truck was dirty. I don't care what it is. If you tell your wife those scenarios, your wife's never going to want to do business with us. So let's do this. Since she's not here, let me make sure you're happy with the deal. That way, when she comes home and you talk to her, we're confident that you're going to tell her that you got the good deal, you got the deal you wanted, and everything's good. Now, guys, a lot of the times on the wife objection, that's a smokescreen, dude. They've already talked about it. He can call his wife. I've had people tell me my wife's a brain surgeon. I can't get a hold of her. Okay, great. Well, forget the wife for a second. Let's make sure you like the deal. So now talking about you, let's take the wife out of it, even though that's part of the decision making, not a problem. We're going to do that, but I want to make sure you're happy. Let's talk about the price. Now, I gave you, and then you go into the pricing. So guys, in order to learn how to get the objection out, there's a couple different ways, but this one has worked best for me. You have to make sure that you ask that question. And what's the question you're going to ask? Go ahead and say it to yourself. Yeah, you're going to ask, other than the objection, is there anything else standing in the way? Super simple. Super, super simple. Guys, and what helps too on the other side of it, and we'll go over the intent statement, what you tell a customer when you get there. Again, I'm just using this. Practice that over the next day. Practice that over the next week. Practice that on your next customer when they give you an objection. I do it on my kids all the time. My kids now know what I'm doing. When they tell me no, do so, I say, listen, other than not wanting to wash the dishes, is there anything standing in the way of you washing the dishes? Well, I got to go play on the computer. Okay, so it's playing on the computer and you not wanting to wash dishes. Is that what it is? Boom. So I'm just giving that as a scenario. You'll find yourself using it on your friends and stuff like that. But you got to make sure you get to the bottom of the objection before you start negotiating. What's the old saying? If you're not negotiating on the objection, you're negotiating on the price. And guess what happens to the price? It goes down, and it keeps on going down. And some of these stores aren't paying commission. You know, they've raised the price, and then when you start negotiating and you drop down to the regular price before they raised it, now you're at a 2% commission. I think it's funny. But anyway, try to learn to overcome the objection. Don't walk out of a house or call your manager unless your manager says different, which that's perfectly fine, unless you have a true objection or a true commitment. Let me tell you something, guys. With proper ways to overcome objections, you should be able to close more deals, right? Because you're not walking out. When a salesperson calls me and says, oh, they're going to call me tomorrow, I'm like, I'm sure they're going to call you tomorrow. No. And if you ever get in that position, why you don't dangle a carrot, which we'll go over later, and make sure that you set a phone appointment up with the idea of you're going to try to get them a better pricing, because that's all you're negotiating against at that point, is another whole story. But guys, overcome the objection by finding out what it is. You cannot go into a battle and fight a battle until you know what you're fighting. And a lot of you are doing that right now. A lot of you think it's price. It's not all about price, guys. It's all about finding what the true objection is so you can properly overcome that. I hope you got something from this video. I tried to make it a little bit shorter this time. I'm going to be doing a couple videos on all of the closes. Once I do all the videos of all the closes, then I'm going to go back and to start setting up the closes. And basically, it's super simple on objection handling. It's finding the objection, and I call it a big circle with little doors on it. And all you're doing is going to one door and seeing if it's unlocked, seeing if you can close it. If it's locked and you can't get in, you're going to go around to another door. See if that's unlocked. If that's not unlocked, you're going to go around to another door. And you're going to keep on going to the doors until you find one that's open. And it takes some work. But other than that, I will tell you this. I promise you, at the end of this little series that I have, if you practice, you will increase not only your income, but your closing percentage tremendously, because it's super simple. And just like I'll use Tiger Woods or the best NFL quarterback of all time, of course we know it's Dan Marino. I get it. He didn't win a Super Bowl, big deal. But let me tell you, I still think he was the best. But none of these guys got good unless you sit down and you practice. So instead of watching TV or instead of listening to music in the car, tape yourself role-playing with the loved one, tape yourself role-playing with yourself, tape yourself talking to yourself, and then play it over and over and over until it becomes second nature. Because right now, most of the closes that I know, it's second nature. As soon as someone says something to me, I know what to say. And before I even say it, I know what to say. But where it gets really fun is, where you get good, is where you set up the customers. And I'm not saying set them up in a bad way. I'm saying lead them along the path to where you know what the outcome is going to be, where you're getting all the objections up front and you're even overcoming objections before they even come up, which is awesome ridiculous when you learn how to do that. Guys, never try to steal from a customer. Never try to mislead a customer. We're not talking about stealing, misleading, or saying things that are false to customers. We're not. We're talking about helping a customer make a decision by overcoming their objections in a very fair and a very good way, where we get the sale, we get to put the install in, and we get to help the customer. And that's really what it's all about, right? Us helping the customer. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Try not to troll me too bad. This is my first video. I'm just trying to help you guys out. Remember, other than the objection, is there anything standing in the way? And there could be three things. Well, I need to talk to my wife. Great. Other than talking to your wife and the price, is there anything standing in the way? Well, yeah, I got to get 3 more quotes. Okay. Other than 3 more quotes, talking to your wife and the price, is there anything standing in the way? But at least you know what you're fighting up against. You know what you're fighting. A lot of us aren't trained to get those steps and to overcome those objections during the process. So when you get to the end, you get hit with all these objections and you don't even know how to overcome them. So we're going to learn how to overcome them and then work backwards and go and learn the process of how to get there. Because I'd rather teach you to overcome objections right now, make money right now, start making more sales right now, and then we'll worry about the process, getting the process down later. Other than that, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate your patience in this little learning process, and hopefully this works. Have a good one, and let's get to the point.